What's going on, good people? Yours truly, Uncle D, one of the hosts of Chop Shop, episode 156. As you see, the setup's a little different this evening. Dade City's finest, Coach Waldo, is not in with us tonight, taking care of some affairs, personal affairs, and he'll be back next week. The man to my left needs no introduction, the one and only City Hall's, the Renegade, a.k.a. Rough Greg Dawson. How you feel?
Hey, I feel my hands like I always do.
Okay, a little less inflection, but okay, we'll get into it. So this past week, I saw a lot of first week NFL football, a lot of fans, they clamoring for the season and a lot of excitement. But I want to ask you, and I just want your honest assessment. Do you really take value in preseason games?
No.
Okay. And I think that's the thing, I look at when you got some guys that, had flashes, look good, but I think it's more just, you want to see what you have. Shout out to our own, Michael Trigg, 4 catches, 30 yards this past week in the Cowboys game against the Seahawks. So I'm really excited for him to see where that goes. But I just look at, some of the games like Mendoza, had moments. Jeremiah Love actually rolled it, high ankle sprain already. First game. What's your take on that?
That's why preseason games are for the owners. We know that. They're not for the players, not for the fans. Despite what the fans may think, that money is fully into their pockets. In fact, it's not even a part of their contract.
Right.
So if you're not paying the guys full scale, I just don't I don't like to see anybody out there not getting 100%. Now, the guys who are not going to necessarily, the guys who are the bubble guys, they need it.
Right.
But that just becomes another version of this other USFL, whatever this other football.
UFL.
It's another version of that with them wearing
and it's some
uniform.
It's some bad football out there too.
Well, if you don't have your number one, there's a reason ones are ones.
Agreed.
And that came from my buddy. He's my buddy, even though he is a University of Miami graduate. But he said there's a reason why ones are ones.
Funny segment. You say your favorite player, who actually I'm gonna go back to. They talked about CeeDee Lamb with.
I think 3 of my top 5 aren't they?
Wearing the jersey. Speaking top 5, the number 5. Jayden Daniels, a former Heisman Trophy winner, has filed a cease and desist in regards to his jersey being worn by starting cornerback Zephyrhill's own DJ Pickett.
And somebody who appeared here.
Chop Shop alumni, well, shout out DJ, Coach Blue, Jalen, Big Q, the whole crew out there in Zephyrhills. When I saw it Thursday, kind of took me aback a little bit.
I'm going to tell you, I'm glad you're bringing that up instead of the other story about Jayden Daniels, but it's a family-friendly show.
Yeah. But go ahead. I want to get your take on that.
On the jersey or the?
Yeah, just the jersey. Do the jersey first.
I'm not going to do the other part.
Okay, now we ain't got to.
I would like to, though. But the jersey retirement, I know the details of this situation. I don't know how it typically works. But if the coach made a promise and the coach can unretire a number, I would think that the number retirement would have belonged to the university or the institution. And simply because somebody else has the number doesn't necessarily mean that your number wasn't retired.
Right.
It's kind of unusual, especially for college.
Right.
But
you sit back and think.
I think there's more important things.
I just think somebody's won 2 since Deion. Somebody's won 10 since Derrick Brooks. Somebody's won 17 since Charlie Ward.
Which is insane,
But I'm just saying. I mean, Charlie won a Heisman and a national title.
I'll say this: if you talk about a jersey being retired at the greatest college institution on this planet, Florida State University, Charlie's is to me the preeminent one because of what he did, and it's amazing. And I'm gonna put what I think about some of the stuff he's doing politically and his other stuff to the side with the NIL. He doesn't get the credit for being really the first one who did it the way that he did it. Warren Moon did it, was a great African black quarterback, but Charlie did something that created and revolutionized the standard, the base offensive set. Because when we came up, what was your base offensive? Well, not for y'all, because y'all up there. Our base set was pro.
No, we would definitely have that.
Okay, but what did Charlie show y'all for the 4 in the shotgun?
Receivers say the shotgun. They open offense up, but they
started the game with it. Remember, because he was struggling in the pro set.
Well, the game he struggled was Georgia Tech. I remember watching that game live.
We came.
And they came. He was down a couple of 11 or something like that, and he came back and they opened it up, and that was conducive to what he was good at.
And then it changed our offense moving forward. We started every game with 4 wides.
And then, if you recall, you saw Steve McNair a couple of years later, the following season, they similar style, and he was putting up, electric numbers. Now, I want to bring, like you talk about Charlie Ward in the offense. Joe Burrow had his jersey retired.
Different number.
No one's won it, and he got a national title. But I want to ask you this, and Mike Trigg, we posed this yesterday. I'm going to give you 3 schools. 83 Nebraska, 96 Florida, 2019 LSU. Which team had the best offense out of those 3? And I think that's the best offense of all time. Whoever you pick out of those is going to be the best offense of all time.
Got to be LSU. It's not going to be Florida. It's going to be LSU. Although Nebraska's offense was dominant because their competition was bad. And Miami shut their water off. Yeah, but nobody cut off LSU's water that year?
No, but also you sit back and think about it. You go back to that Nebraska team. Mike Rozier won the Heisman, and Turner Gill. Turner Gill was the first pick of the draft.
Turner Gill was their first. No, he wasn't.
No, not Turner Gill. Irving Fryer. So actually, him, Dean Steinkooler. They were all
Mr. Fumarooski.
Yeah, they were all like top 3-4 picks.
In fact, Turner Gill didn't get drafted at all. He never played. He played in Canada. Yeah,
he did. But I think that's the thing where you look at now where for the Jayden Daniels, I'm just gonna keep it simple. I just feel like you had a great run at LSU. You did great things, but
they didn't beat Florida State. Go ahead.
And they went 10-4 that year.
They didn't beat Florida State.
No, they didn't. I mean, but he put up electric numbers. He ran for 400 yards in the game, 200 yards in the game. I get that, but the impact that Joe Burrow left, and I think I don't want to make it about race, but Joe Burrow won a chip. They were dominant in all of their games.
It's a different number.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a different number, but they put up
this discussion would be this discussion about the jersey would be different if somebody wanted to unretire Joe Burrow's number and they said no. Then that's a different. Then the context is more similar.
Okay.
But the 2 different numbers.
Okay. Now, speaking of football, we got high school football coming up this week, and we hyped up a big game that we discussed, a preseason game last week. So to all Tampa Bay Tech staff, alumni, anybody connected with it, I want to give my sincere apologies. Not to say I thought that Carrollwood they was going to win, but I did have Carrollwood they ranked higher than Tech in the initial Wingstop Chop Shop.
They are across the nation, across the country too. So
I mean, yes, it ain't just us, but I think that I saw in that game. No, just us picking as far as me.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
so with that being said, okay, so let's back up. So what was your top 3 then?
My unbiased top 3.
Unbiased.
Would have been Armwood.
Okay.
Tech.
Okay.
And actually Jesuit.
Okay, that's fair. No problem. No argument there, but I think that's the biggest thing now is that, I've heard where...
Sorry, Armwood Jesuit Tech.
Armwood Jesuit Tech. Okay, you put Jesuit Tech? Okay. So with that being said, I think that, I've heard where the defensive line missed some guys on defense, and I think
It's a jamboree.
I get it, but hey, some people...
Somebody else won their jamboree, right?
Oh, it's a lot. Leto put up 47 points in their jamboree.
So did somebody else put up 50, right?
Yeah, Leonard put up a lot of points in their jamboree.
Somebody else put 53. And one,
Brandon.
Okay.
Brandon beat Seminole 53-20.
Come on.
Shout out Coach Ashwood. Yeah,
absolutely. Happy about that. But in about 4 weeks?
Well, I mean, they got Warden out the gate. They traveled to Warden on
what about that one?
On Friday. But they got Jones later on October. They got Kathleen. They got Lake Region Mulberry. They got some games definitely of interest. So
what?
Yeah, they got some games. They got some games of interest.
They got some things they got to get focused for. That's for sure.
I mean, but you got but the kids got to be excited. They put up 53. Jamboree game
more than they scored last year, isn't it?
I don't know. I mean, I look into that, but once again, like you just said, it's Jamboree.
That's so in the half of they play a whole game, right?
They play the whole game. They play the whole game.
Whole game. So they play the whole game. Me and you probably had about 2 or 3 plays in.
Well, I'm sure if you score 50, I'm sure everybody dressed and played.
Okay.
That's safe to say.
I just don't see a lot. I would not take a lot of a high school jamboree.
Okay, so you're not making that much out of it then. That's fair. I mean, I ain't got no problem with that.
What's the record starting next week?
Everybody's 0-0.
Okay. So what was your point? Thank you.
But some people, like I say, I got flack from
I'm glad.
one of the other hosts on the show about.
I'm glad you did. But what's the record again starting this week?
Everybody 0-0.
Okay.
Everybody 0-0.
Back in the day when I was an avid Saints fan, when I lived in Biloxi, Mississippi, I think the Saints went 4-0 a couple of times in the preseason, and they probably ticked their first win about week 11 or something like that. So it doesn't mean anything. When it counts, then we'll make the assessments when it counts. Teams are probably playing vanilla, trying to get through. And actually, somebody's got hurt in the Armwood game. So now you're going to have there's going to be a different look.
Right.
Because now your QB is gone.
Right.
In high school, that matters a lot.
It does.
Back in our day, it may not have mattered as much because they did a lot more running. But with the way the offenses are set up now, everybody says it's next man up. But losing a quarterback takes a lot out of a high school. But again.
But like you say, next man up, and I think a lot of times too is that when you get into this part of the season and it's early, you just don't want to get hurt. Nobody get hurt. Like a kid at Leonard, the running back fractured his fibula, I think Tuesday, Wednesday practice. So now you're going into your first. He didn't make the preseason game. So now you're going to Armwood on Friday.
He won't play at all.
Yeah, won't play. So that's why I think it's a contact sport. I totally understand that, and then things have not changed. I have no problem with that. But at the end of the day, you want to be safe and make sure that your guys are able to go. So also, I looked at something that we kind of got into, and if possible, if you're comfortable, if you want to bring up the Jayden Daniels situation.
Nope.
You don't want to do it? Okay. I thought you seemed so adamant earlier. So
I didn't seem adamant. I just said I know there's another Jayden Daniels story. Why you worry about your jersey? Somebody else's jersey's coming off, right? So allegedly. So which is that's a totally different story, but.
It's crazy. It's bananas. But I think that's the. No, it is. I mean, it totally is.
Interesting choice of words, but go ahead.
I mean, it is. Like I say, but you got to be careful and don't put yourself in these compromising situations. But I think that goes back to, like I say, knowing the people that you surround yourselves with.
Well, ain't nobody take nothing.
Well, it's not taking, but I'm just saying, but everybody don't have your best interest.
To include the person who's doing the giving.
Right. Everybody don't have that. So when you bring these scenarios, like, okay.
Especially when you're loud with it now. Especially when your personality around him is loud. When you're in the middle of everything he got going on.
You're a target.
Well, no, you're not a target. The thing is...
you're definitely a target because...
her aesthetics makes her a target.
True.
Okay, so she has aesthetics and she dresses the part.
Okay.
Shout out to our Chop Shop nephew, JoJo. I think I had to take me a trip to UCLA.
Yeah.
yeah. I think I need to make me a trip down there.
But I think, like I said, but also you got to be careful.
Man,
come on, even like going back to, and I think about and I don't want to offend nobody. I think about the Mike Tyson situation, Kobe Bryant. You put yourselves in bad situations. Jameis Winston. You put and that your word against That ain't always gonna work, bro.
Well, one thing I would like to see as it continues to play out is the direction that this takes, because he's starting a year that's important to him. This is his 4th year.
Right.
And he had a down 3rd year.
Right.
I know this is his 3rd year.
His 3rd year right here. Third year,
third year.
Right. 3rd year, correct.
he hit with a splash his first year, beat us in the playoffs. Definitely dropped off last year with the injuries and what have you.
Right.
I think everybody but you took snaps for them last year at quarterback. And this year you have to do something because your coach's job is on the line now.
Agreed.
Okay. And we have all this stuff we're talking about that has nothing to do with what's going on in that 12-mile area up there in the nation's, that we call the nation's capital.
But high profile, you don't think that, and I look at stuff like this just be a young dude. You write about Howard, you about Georgetown, you about American University. It's a lot going on there in DC, man. A lot. And if you don't keep your head on a swivel, you could be.
But his issue, none of that seems to be his issue. His issue is his jersey and his mama.
Yeah, but
we've heard more about his jersey and his mama
than his play. Right. I agree. But I think that just goes back to, like I say, just sometimes just let them figure it out. But like she said, she's not gonna have her son get worked out nobody for no money. And I understand
that part is fine.
You want to protect the investment.
But what are you doing though?
Good. That's a good way to look at it. We're gonna take our first break, Ayub. This is gonna be brought to you by Cigar Life. Every show we dedicate to my man Will D. Go online, CIGARLYFE.com. A lot of good stuff on there. And then to my brother to my left, GD Naps, Greg Dawson. Tell him what you got going on, brother.
Hey, what's going on, Greg Dawson? GD non-attorney pro se consultants. We help people. Well, our coach, the consultants eventually going to become coaching. I wanted to thank everybody for the support, but also let them know that launching Tuesday the 25th is my first podcast on the GD Squid YouTube channel, which is actually, and also it'll be on Spotify, all the major podcasts, Spotify, iHeart
platforms.
Oh yeah, all the major platforms. We're gonna tell my story, all of me, less of y'all. But we'll have some from time to time. We'll have guests, including my man Tondrick Robinson, the high-end corporate accountant, to help guys understand how I ended up getting, how my story started, how I kind of got here to the successes in the courtroom, some of the court proceedings that are still going on, how I got to the Supreme Court and some other stuff, but a much more narrowed and tailored description of the story so that as we build up to the book and some of the things that have taken place. And I had to thank the non-defensive player to my right for the support for a lot of the years. That was a tremendous.
Why we gotta be non-defense, man? Okay, I don't play defense, but you ain't got to keep. You dwell on that a lot, though, bro. But that's cool, though. No problem.
I just know that the two smallest guys on the team are definitely working hard in the post while you run up the court.
I'm facilitating. I got to get the ball. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
And the guidance and direction that you and also Waldo and other people have recommended that I've started to take to heart. And if I may,
proceed.
If you call. You want to tell them, if you call, this is not a charitable, we're not a charitable organization. I think we do charitable things. But if you're going to call, let's make the call worth the while. Even the book that most of y'all claim you read says a workman is worthy of his hire. So I have no problem helping. I believe we put a lot out there for free that you can take advantage of. But if you're going to call, let's treat it like a business transaction. I know you might want to build on it and say it a little bit differently as you condemned me from some of this.
I just look at we doing business, let's do business. I use say it all the time, let's do business. We doing business, let's do business. I shouldn't call you and quiz you about how much this shirt costs and what about if I get this, what if I get that? It's plain. It's a service that's provided. It's how bad do you want the service?
And we do. And if you donate directly through Cash App, during the shows or what have you, I double your Cash App contribution and I take your Super Chat amount off of your service, your next service. So
okay, we're gonna take a quick break. Give us a good minute. Are you gonna get us out of here? We'll be right back. Thank you.
Yeah, got a couple Super Chats yesterday. A Super Chat, and I get what you're coming from because now it's frustrating me, and I don't want to come across like it's frustrating me.
What you doing? What's going on, good people? Once again, thank you for kicking it with us.
You is an honorable man.
I ain't gonna say that about it. It's yours truly, Uncle D.
Oh, there's a tape somewhere.
To the left is right. My brother, the one and only AK City Hall, Greg Dawson. I want to actually tackle another conversation that we talked about last week. Where I want to ask you this humbly, because now we're getting word that Deion Sanders is on the hot seat in Boulder. What's your take on that?
He ain't going nowhere.
Do you think his seat is hot?
If his seat's hot, Norvell's seat is in fuego.
Well, I mean, his definitely is too, but I just think Deion, to me, Colorado, like I said, the high show. They'll be 2 years removed this year, and they went 3-9.
His team is much older. You got that IU? What I just sent you? Let me see something.
But I want to actually also pose another thing where we talked about the situation here at One Buck Place with Vita Vea. What's your take on that? Do you think something's going to get resolved, or do you think Vita's going to be gone?
I think he's going to play because he don't want to not play. I'm because otherwise Mr. Light's job might be on the line.
I think Jason Light has done well, and he's been here for a while.
Has he really done well?
Well, I mean, he got a Super Bowl. I mean, he had the Super Bowl. They won the division the last couple of years. You can't put that on him. Well, now, I think they've missed on a couple players like Chris Braswell and
the boy from Cincinnati. We didn't try to go get him.
What guy from Cincinnati?
The lineman, defensive lineman.
Oh, Hendrickson?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they want to put the money up to go get him.
Listen, Vita's a stalwart, a Buccaneer. He should probably, as close as he wants to, almost retire when depending on how long he wants to play. You didn't put money into your defense last year at all.
Okay.
And there's some offensive injuries here and there, but our defense, there's no resources for the defense at all. And it showed.
So.
And so we're talking about the coach. The coach has to coach what he has, and I know everybody's a pro, but he has to coach what he has. And again, as you said, there's some things we missed on. We're definitely going to be thin at running back. All Gainwell might be all right. I don't know how he's going to play in our offense. I think playing with Baker is better than what he played with up there in Pittsburgh. Even though Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh is not the Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. And also, this OC, the offensive coordinator, is going to have a lot to do with how well Todd Bowles does. But I think you had to keep Vita here for morale purposes because you've done nothing to get somebody to replace him.
Okay. So, with that being said, I mean, we talk about, coaches getting moved. What NFL coach you think has whose seat is the warmest this year?
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles?
Just because of fan pressure. And he's been 5 years is a long time to be in the NFL, and you've not made a major splash despite how.
Can I give you a name that may catch you off guard? Nick Sirianni. I think that has run its course. No A.J. Brown this year. You still got Devontae Smith. You still got Saquon Barkley. You have probably one of the most talented. You have one of the most talented teams.
Three division championships and 2 Super Bowls.
Okay, but with that being said,
4 division championships and 2 Super Bowls.
But you've seen coaches, and this is what I go back to. So it's in the league in the world that we live in today. It's what have you done for me lately? Did they make the playoffs last year? They made the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they got beat by San Francisco. I mean, by the Rams, didn't they?
No, they got beat by San Fran.
San Fran.
Okay, but with that being said, home game, and they had so much discord, and they lost some ugly games last year.
Wait, well, let's go back to here. That drop was huge, and it makes you wonder.
What drop?
A.J. Brown's drop.
I don't think AJ wanted to be there anyway. I mean, regardless,
Right.
but
So
he didn't want to be
it
there.
almost like he just dropped. I'm not gonna say he did.
Yeah. I don't want to make that accusation strong, but I do believe that I don't think he wanted to be here.
Right.
I don't think he wanted to be there.
It's one thing not to want to be there, but you when you're a pro, play through your contract and then leave.
Okay. And that sounds good, but does everybody do? Everybody will do that. You say play like a pro. I'm gonna say this: does every player give their best every play? I don't think that.
I would like to think not, but I think if a player says he's not giving his best, or the team knows when a person's not all the way there.
Agreed. That's what I'm saying. But it goes back to the same thing like I just been saying. There are some guys in the league that that may dog some plays, and that does happen. That happens. So I mean,
that's just terrible, ain't it?
What you mean? I mean, it's wild, but I mean, you just don't know. So,
super producer, you think we should tackle that allegation, or you think we should leave it alone?
I would just leave it where it is. I mean, if you want to bring it up, I mean, it's news, that's for sure. But go ahead and bring it out. Start it. Go ahead and bring it out.
Well, allegedly, there's a story out there that piggybacks on what we were talking about before the break. And now there's a tape somewhere where ex-NFL scouts allege that Jayden Daniels' mom had affairs with Malik Neighbors, Keyshawn Booty, and coaches at ASU. I mean, during his ASU and LSU days.
Now, let me say this. We talked about this last night jokingly, me, my wife, and my oldest son. As an older woman, if your son is playing football, I know Cougars love cats, but I ain't playing that close. You can't play that close. It's wrong just for the fact that this is a teammate, homeboy, whatever.
Wrong or just bad decision making? Because they're adults.
It's wrong. They're adults, but that's still like to me. We talked about this last night. And we had a conversation. If one of Lisa's friends took an interest in CJ, that's disgusting. Why would you want to holler at CJ?
Maybe not to CJ.
Okay, but we got to make this make sense. The same way if one of your homeboys wanted to holler at one of your daughters. That's disgusting, bro.
I get that, but when they're adult, the thing is the adult aspect of
that
it.
Sound good, bro. I ain't going for that, man. You can't. Even right now, let me cut you off. If I knew you and grew up with you, you can't even holler at my sister. Right now, my sister is 50. I'm not on that, bro.
Yeah, happy birthday,
If me and you grew up together and I know you and you met my sister through me, you can't dare double back. Hey, man, what's up with your sister? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing, bro. I'm not on that, bro.
You think when I say what's up with your mama?
I don't know.
What's strange to me is what adults do, even if you feel some kind of way, okay, cool. What I'm just baffled by is the behavior when there's a young lady in his presence and you're doing this.
Okay, but it goes back to...
Allegedly.
Okay, allegedly, but I still, just for the fact that...
On the tape, allegedly.
Oh, but if they have a tape, that's incriminating. I don't know if they try to get some money, maybe ransom or something like that, but I just feel like, to me, as I have two boys, okay?
Not so angry scout said the display name Angry Scout Vet. The account claims to be run by a former NFL scout. The post started after discussion about a Pro Football Talk report involving Daniels and LSU. The report Heavy brought up earlier at around 10:40 a.m. East EDT time. I don't know what that is. Eastern Daylight Time, I guess, on August 17th. Not so angry scout quote tweeted a Pro Football Talk post and alleged that Jackson, who's Jayden Daniels' mom, had been a major issue because of her alleged behavior around Jayden Daniels' football career. The account claimed that Jackson had allegedly been involved with some of Daniels' former teammates while they were playing together. It also accused her of past recruiting violations and claimed she had her own office at Arizona State.
How you got your own office?
Hey, bro, I'm just reading.
How you? But
same thing you was over there doing. I'm reading.
Okay, but I mean that's definitely interesting.
About an hour later, the account made more allegations while replying to another ex-user. Oh man, sorry about replying to another ex-user. It claimed that there was allegedly a tape involving Jackson and accuse her of having relationships with coaches and players. Because when I read it the first time, I'm like, okay, it's players. And then again, at about 11:48, the account responded to another user and specifically mentioned former LSU players Malik Neighbors and Jay Sean Booty, who was a Patriot now, right?
But that's kind of like, even like, well, what's his name? The thing went out with LeBron and his mom, and she hollering at Delonte West. Like, that's disgusting.
No.
That's disgusting, bro.
It's majorly problematic because it opens up other doors. But I think what it is when you understand what the role is there. And I mean, I'm guessing she had to know that he had the talent. Although he struggled at ASU and they called him a bust when he left, or a dog when he left, because he got treated badly when he went to LSU.
Right.
But he turns around and wins the Heisman. But
Okay.
there are, what I come back to is, whatever your role is, when it comes to, it's like where the bag is.
Right.
You always protect the bag.
Yeah, but I mean, but also here we go again, opportunists. So when you,
Who's the opportunist, her or them?
I don't know. Because see, my thing is, and I just go back to, just for the fact that your mama is even in tape, incriminated, whatever it is, just for that allegation alone, it's strong. You know, you can't, why is your mama even in that circle of dealing with peers your age? What's that about?
Right.
Okay, so that's why I go back to, like I say, I think, just like I'll tell you, like when I went back to my sister, you know, her and Lisa let me like laughing, but I'm like, I'm for real, like, I'm not on that. We ain't doing that. Like, you can't, hey man, what's up, D? What's going on? Hey man, what's up with your sister? We ain't doing that, bro. Now I know you. No, we're not doing that. That's no.
So Jayden Daniels was recruited by Herm Edwards, right?
Right.
Okay.
But I still, like I say, just certain things we ain't gonna do. Like, some people may be cool with you hollering at their sister and all that. I ain't got that, bro. I haven't, and I'm just being for real. Call me whatever you want to. I'm not doing that. And then, like you know, you spoke about it as adults, but you sitting on here capping. If somebody your age, a classmate of yours, saw your daughter, hey man, let me holler at such and such.
I don't know how that, if it worked that way. It's one thing if she made herself available to them.
The question that I'm presenting to you, I want you to.
I like to think that my daughter would make a better decision.
But you would think that your homeboy would think enough of you. Why are we doing that, bro?
Yeah, well.
I mean, come on, you talking about my daughter, my baby?
Right, but this is not what this is.
Okay, but I'm giving an example, like you said.
But you want to keep the example within context. I'm trying to figure out his relationship, his mom's relationship or association and proximity to the players is kind of puzzling, and her behavior that we've seen on stages when there were women talking to him, and she'll get up and get in the middle of them. So if I'm Jayden and there's a young lady here and his mom is here or over there, his mom's gonna go and sit right here because she wants to keep the women away from her son, away from the bag. But this can destroy the bag. Because one, in the NFL, hey boy, you know, on the other side of the line, hey boy, throw me something like your mama. We do all kinds of conversations.
But then that's out of bounds too, though. So now it's like, okay.
But you put yourself in a situation.
If the allegations are true, then that's something that you're gonna have. That's something you got to deal with.
More than allegations.
But your mother should have thought more of you.
That's my point.
Okay, but here we go again. Sometimes you think you can do stuff, and you never hear about it again.
In 2024, she became a certified NFL Players Association agent and represented Daniels as he prepared to enter the NFL draft. Most likely on August 5th, attorney Adam Kenner, who's representing Daniels, sent the cease and desist. Oh, I don't want to hear about that. We already talked about that. I just think that with all this going on, this shouldn't be going on.
Why are you? I'm still stuck on the fact that why are you putting yourself? You ain't got no older man. You know, like, why are you messing around with
your son
teammates?
And these are his teammates in school.
That's even more like, and they might, you know, getting the money back there, but I still look at you for the way you present yourself. Well, and once again, these are all allegations. Don't put yourself out like that.
There might be allegations,
but don't put. I'm just saying, don't put yourself out like that.
Well, apparently, this has been a pattern, which is just crazy the way it came back in. But hey,
So
damn,
we're gonna take our next break.
that was a strong article, huh?
I'm just saying that's strong. It makes you look at
Especially
things.
coming around this time of the year.
Yeah. So we're gonna take our next break. Brought to you by the Auto Repair Center. 813. Yeah,
Buckman.
No, Carlos. No, he went to Seahawks because they won the Super Bowl. 813-443-4730. Yeah, he went to
Lowe's,
Seahawks.
come on, Lowe's, don't do me like that, bro.
7101 North 40th Street.
Lowe's.
Also, go check out Elevate Designs. 813-400-7015. We got a lot of good stuff online at
I
Elevate
look
Designs.
forward to seeing what you're coming out with, Mrs. Newton.
Go check them out. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Are you gonna check us out? All right, what's going on, good people? We're back. Yours truly, Uncle D. The man to my left, a.k.a. Greg Dawson.
What?
City Hall's finest.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
am.
ask something real quick, and I forgot that we didn't comment on the Lakers. This past week sold $12.5 billion.
To the film, to Grifter Inc.
That's a lot of money to pay for an NBA basketball team.
The fact that the NBA allowed that sale bothers me.
Clarify, proceed. Tell me
Well, the fact that it's attached to a Kushner, who is that close to the administration,
Okay.
the president administration particularly, makes it repulsive. And I've been a Laker man since '79.
Okay.
That aggravates me. Not just because I have a disdain for Donald Trump, 'cause I really don't have as much for Jared Kushner, but I know what him and his dad, I know about his dad, and I know about him and the Salaries, and also about the money he got without being otherwise qualified, his dad being bailed out, what have you. It smells bad.
So it's not a good look then.
No, not at all, bro.
But, business is business. That don't never stop, bro. Regardless of your take on it, how you feel.
Everything's for sale, huh?
I mean, it's business. I mean, that's the world that we live in. So when we got to be realistic in regards to the way how you feel, okay, that's how you feel. But at the end of the day,
We're a nation living in a deficit, morally as well. So
yeah. But I mean, but you sit back and say we're a deficit, but a lot of people have money for what they want to do.
It's not the money. If they had sold it to you for $12 billion, I'd have less of a problem with it.
Okay, but you sit back and think, okay.
It smells as if there's something else there.
Well, tell me what's your
It smells corrupted. It smells corrupted because of who's associated with it. The sale price is just the sale price.
So,
But who's corrupted? I really wonder where the real money is. Because it's kind of like in the NFL. The NFL, they have a real stringent vetting process. I just don't see that there's much of a vetting process that went on.
So 6ix9ine no longer gonna be an owner. He's not part of the ownership now.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. I thought he still would be, but I mean, is the value of the team, which I thought was kind of like, ooh, that's a lot. Because I remember when Ballmer bought the Clippers, he paid 2.1 for them, and that was what, seven years ago?
Something like that. Yeah, but it was taken from what you call it.
Donald Sterling?
Yeah.
So he got it on the deal?
Absolutely.
Like, okay, clearance. Okay.
They had to clear his ass out of there. Yeah.
I get it, but I just like, that's a $12.5 billion is a lot of money to own in a sports franchise of one of the four, the four professional major leagues. So I was just kind of really like, damn, that's a lot of money. So then you ask yourself, if teams are sold within the next, say, 5 years, are we going to exceed $15 billion?
No,
We get to $20 billion. Like I say, there's a possibility that I got a nephew who's 3. By the time that he turns 18, we have players making $100 million
A year?
a year, because it's trending that way. So when you sit back and think about that, okay, hey, we got Dak making $60 million, Steph makes 67, something like that. So you got the next kid. So let's say Wemby, who right now is 22. So he's going to have one contract, 4 years. He's got another contract. So let's say
He'll get there. I think Ant-Man's going to get there.
Ant-Man's he's 25. He's a little longer at the tooth, but Wemby at 22 could be our first ever $100 million a year player.
Possible.
Which is crazy.
That's a lot of money.
When you sit back and think, we've lived a lifetime where at one time there was nobody making $1 million.
Right.
And now there's a possibility within the next 10 years, somebody will be making $100 million.
And the minimum is more than $1 million.
Right. You talking about the 13, 14 guy on the team is making $2.5 million a year playing basketball.
And they ain't seen the court at all.
And probably don't even dress. They probably got a full uniform on up under his warm-up suit.
Why?
Just chilling.
Why gonna do that?
Right. So that's why I say it's a. But we claim that the economy is this, and this. It can't be.
Global sport.
That's your take on it?
And we don't know what their money has going on.
Okay, but let's do this. Okay, when they put out season tickets, I just saw for a Philadelphia Sixers game in Orlando, they start at $512.
Damn.
Okay? The arena holds probably 15, 16,000.
And you're gonna be there.
No, not for $512. I got the NBA package at the house. I could watch it there.
We'll be there.
No, I ain't doing that, bro. I guess to me, like, I don't have a lot of extravagant purchases. I like to do nice stuff, but I got to stay where it works for me because I would probably be kicking myself the entire time. I can't believe I spent $500 to go to a game. That's even like
you're gonna spend it.
I sit back and think
$1,500 when you call the food. Everything.
Right, a couple years ago, before Kobe came here, I got Kobe tickets to go see the Lakers for Christmas in Atlanta, December 30th. Bron, I paid for 2 tickets. I paid $530. My dad took him to the game. Bron don't even play. So that's like, to me, that's frustrating. And if you miss home games, don't miss your road games because people are coming to see you.
Right.
And that's why I go back to when you say GOAT conversation. Mike never took games off. Kobe didn't take games off. Mike said he wanted to give that person that spent his last hard-earned dollar to watch him play. And his give back was to kill whoever city they were in to show the appreciation that, hey, you could have did anything else with this money, but you thought enough to say, you know what, I'm going to see Michael Jordan play. Mm-hmm. And tickets back then, let's go back 40 years ago, I ain't gonna lie to you, I remember going to Hawk games. Those games were
John Drew Hawk.
I mean, John Drew, Eddie Johnson, before Neat got there, like I say, them were $6, $7.
Pre-Neat, just like going to see the Blessed Dead, second greatest Brave of all time. They probably paid you to go in, huh?
Oh yeah, now when the Braves were bad,
over
like 84, like 88, they lost 100 games.
Yeah,
you could walk up and come on in.
What you doing? Hey,
because I'm being for real. Yeah, I mean, like there were certain teams like
Chris Chambers and them.
The Dodgers, the Dodgers, the Mets, Astros,
Philly.
I figured they had Schmidt, Steve Carlton. Reds when they had Pete Rose. Some of those games were like the Expos in the 80s, the Pirates in the 80s, the San Francisco Giants, the Chicago Cubs. There was no issue. Like you could go right in. There was no issue just going to a game.
You watching the Cubs in the 80s?
But they got better like 88. Like 84 they had Sutcliffe. And they won the side. But I'm talking about like those late like 85, 86. They got back on in 88 and lost.
Sandberg was on it.
Yeah, but they had some bad teams. Yeah,
they sucked when they had the Hawk.
Dawson won the MVP in '87.
Yeah.
But they had some bad. There were some bad teams, and it was not an issue.
And I was definitely a Braves fan. Yeah.
Right. So that's why I think like now what the NBA is doing is that, and I get it. It's market, and that's it's business. So you sit back and look like, okay, perfect example. You have Steph Curry when they come. He only comes once. Mm-hmm. They're gonna maximize that. And I think what's crazy is that people are paying more to go see Steph than they are SGA.
The brand.
I get it. I totally get it. So now, just imagine the Nick games on the road this year. What they charging. Because Nick fans, from what I saw,
They'll travel anyway.
And they run, they coming. And they going to get tickets. And they coming deep. Because I know, like, game 3 and 4 in Cleveland, I'm just like, this is game 3 and 4 in Philadelphia. Like, they were live. When they got to Atlanta, when we got up 2-1 and won game 4, and when they came back game 6 and killed us, it was a Nick vibe. It was like the Madison Square Garden South. And that's what people say. Like, I saw fans, like, do you sell season tickets or do you sell your tickets? Like, they don't want people to sell tickets because you have people that are going to come to games. Like the Bucs' first home game is Cleveland.
Shador.
Browns.
Shador.
If he's playing, okay.
He's going to sell it anyway.
Then you got a kid from Largo that got drafted, plays for the Browns. Not to mention, Cleveland is a sports town, so they're going to have, people are going to come.
I'm going to want to come.
And you think Pittsburgh comes in November.
They're going to travel.
Green Bay is here early as well.
We'll be kicking their ass, they'll travel.
And not to say that you're not, but I'm just saying, but they're going to bring a lot of people.
I used to say, man, why are so many Chicago Bear fans? You told me I had to just get used to that and Marty Booker catching balls at the damn sideline. Right, but I mean, but the thing is though is that you have people that live in other areas across the country. They really travel. They really support.
They travel. So here it is. Okay, you know what, honey? We're gonna set up a vacation. That's fine. Let's look at a game on the schedule. Another team that travels well, Buffalo. It's so many fans here, and that's why I say even I'm gonna start looking now. You probably have 15 different sports bars in the area
that show
they got a Jets bar, Eagles bar, absolutely. Cowboys, Commanders. Like I said, that's crazy, but it's a lot of transients,
especially
transplants that are here,
especially Steeler fans. They're everywhere though.
Yeah, but they travel. Like I said, they go back. You go back to Steel Curtain. You sit back and think about it. That was 50 years ago. Mm-hmm. So. We're gonna take our last break right here. Well, we got one more we're gonna do. We're gonna do S&C Pool Services. If your pool is green, S&C will make it clean. Go check Spencer Johnson out. 813-802-9496.
I like the pool ugly calls.
Yeah, pavers, resurfacing, supply, install pumps, heat pumps, algae cleanup. Also, OTAC Homes. Happy birthday, Sister Cato, Keisha Cato, birthday today, 813-943-8383, otachomes.com. They do a lot. New home rebuild, home remodel, room additions. They also do outdoor living project management. Go check them out. So we're going to take our last break. We got one more break, so I'm tripping. We finna get into, we got one more break, so we'll just take a quick one. Okay, it's our last segment of Chop Shop. Yours truly.
Mine is Juan.
Uncle D, man, Greg Dawson, like I say.
What?
Reverend Waldo's not in, but like I say,
mine is one.
Mine is one. Calente House, Kings
He said it right. Look at him. He can read.
Yeah, go check them out.
Probably practice all day long.
They got that good pomade, and also they have a Calente House sober living facility. Go check them out. They
good stuff,
doing this
Waldo.
thing. Yes, sir. Salute to you. So now we're finna get
and
into
the beard oil works, even though I shaved up. I'm wearing a goatee this time, but the beard oil does work.
So we finna get into our wing stop, chop shop, picks for the week. Waldo already submitted his. We got 12 locations.
Well, his are all wrong.
Throughout the Bay Area, so I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all right with these. 2115 East Hillsboro is
the alibi, isn't it?
And what they have there?
Oh, I've heard amateur dancing at its finest.
That would be pseudo correct. We got 10019 North Dale Mabry, 4217 South Florida, 14915 North Florida, 8436 West Hillsboro, 9936 Gall Boulevard out in Zephyr Hills, 23048 Florida Highway 54 out in Lutz, 3611 West Hillsboro, 1219 Brewsby Downs, New Tampa area, 107 South Dale Mabry.
Next to the greatest institution of higher learning in the city of Tampa, not far from where we are now, the University of Thomas Jefferson High School.
Okay. Chop Shop headquarters, 9305 North 56th Street, and where it all started, 2776 East Fowler.
Hey, for the people at Blockbuster about Chop Shop headquarters, there he go.
So We got an assortment of games we're going to call out this week. Waldo's already submitted his. I'm going to keep track of these this year, so we ain't got no confusion.
You kept track of them last year, but you knew I won. But go ahead, let's go.
I don't remember that, but I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
naturally, yeah, well, there
Allegedly,
we go.
and
It's an allegation, huh?
Yeah, definitely strong allegations per Noble Green. The mullet, as he like to say.
Yeah, I smell mullet.
First game out the gate, Berkeley Prep at Cardinal Mooney.
At Cardinal Mooney?
Yes, sir.
We still Berkeley Prep.
Okay.
Thank you, Berkeley.
I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm taking now you know what? Dallas and JoJo, my nephew. Yeah, Berkeley. I'm gonna take Berkeley. 70 Christian at Legacy Charter.
I'm gonna go with the home team.
I got my man Jonathan over there playing. I gotta check him out. Chamberlain at Spoto.
Chamberlain.
Not close or just
What's the,
don't know the line out there.
I'm looking. No, hold on. The line is 18.
Yeah, I'm taking the Storm. Freedom at Sickles.
Give me Sickles.
Agreed. King at Durant.
That's gonna be brutal. Give me Durant.
Yeah, give me the Cougars as well. Clean sweep. Hillsborough at Bloomingdale.
Traditionally had me go with the Borough, but I'm gonna go with Bloomingdale. Johnson.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Johnson.
Dietrich, but yeah, I'm taking Buster. Coach Sinkfield over there. I'm gonna take Hillsborough. Woo! Manatee at Plant.
But there was a time and day that
Now this ain't the '85 Manatee.
Well, you would hear that game probably on Gandy. You get not just the crowd. You hear some clacking. Give me Plant though.
Okay. I'm taking the boys out on 75. Newsom at Land Lakes, tricky game.
They play hard. They're one of the better veer running offenses. Give me Newsom. You know they're
with Newsom too.
They're one of my favorite teams.
Alonzo at Middleton.
Middleton.
Yeah, my nephew went there. Najee, we're gonna take Middleton. I'm riding with him too. Brandon at Wharton.
Wharton.
I'm riding with Coach Ashwood, man. I got y'all, Coach.
You know what? I'm gonna do that too. Plus, I went to Brandon as well. So let me start acting like that.
Okay, so you got Brandon too?
Yeah, I'm gonna support my man Ash.
Okay. One-hour game of the week. Morgan High School initial first varsity home game hosting the Lato Falcons.
How did y'all draw them Lato? That's gonna be electric in there, Daryl. That's gonna be different.
Yeah.
It's gonna be different.
Who you like?
I don't like Lato.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I might actually roll down. Well, let me see what
I'm
else.
definitely going. That's
gonna be electric. It's up the road, so I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm going. So.
Well, who's Sumner got?
I'm gonna get to it. Steinbrenner at Robinson.
Robinson. Let's go.
Let's go, KJ, Coach Davis. Okay, Battle of Big Bear, Riverview at East Bay. 301 battle right there.
East Bay.
Yeah, I like
defense.
Like EB too. Tampa Catholic coming to Cypher Street. Say less, okay. Blake at Gaither.
Them Dragons.
Okay.
Need I say? The
Blake
Dragons.
at Gaither.
It's gonna be horrible for Blake.
Okay. Sumner U.S. travels to Dover, first game of the season, going to play Strawberry Crest.
Sumner.
Come on, Antrell, do work. Ryan with your few. SFA at Jesuit.
Jesuit. Okay. Got a graduate of Jesuit.
All right, I'm going to take that. Okay. The number 4 team is now the Carrollwood Day Patriots, hosting Al Ghali out of Melbourne. CDS bounce back?
They didn't. It's a preseason game. Carrollwood Day.
Okay. The number 3 team in the country was another game of the week in our area. The Leonard Longhorns, number 3, traveled to play Godzilla out there in Sefner. Leonard done got some transfers.
One thing's gonna be for real. You're gonna find out where everybody is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that there's some things that went on. Give me Leonard.
Ooh, to beat Arm without the gate. interesting. In our last game, the number 2 Tampa Bay Tech Titans. Now, I'm going to throw this out here right now. I ain't going to cap. If Leonard beats Armwood,
they're number 1.
We got to make them number 1. Don't want nobody mad, so I'm just putting it out there. And last but not least, the number 2 Tampa Bay Tech Titans traveling down I-4 to play Lake Gibson.
They're going to kill Lake Gibson.
Yeah, I got Tech too. Shout out Coach Rod, Coach Buster. So
Coach Doe.
that's going to do it for our and we will, like I said, we'll come back and revisit these games next week. We come back next week, going to be sports heavy. We're doing college football preview, pro football preview. So I'm looking for y'all to pick.
You can't do pro football preview. You still got too much preseason left.
Our first game we gonna be off the next 2 weeks. We won't come back to the 14th. That's a week 1.
Okay, well, all right.
We got to make it work. Like I said, we improvise.
Maybe we'll try to do a Zoom or something.
Okay, we open to it.
Yeah.
So I want to thank y'all for kicking it with us, man. Are you doing this thing on the 1s and 2s?
Shout out to you,
so
and man Juan.
So for all the kids, hopefully your first week was good and it gets better as the school term progresses. Shout out to those that are implementing uniforms.
Take it seriously, young people. Your education will take you a lot further than the fads of today.
All right. And as my brother Waldo likes to say, who's got it better than us? Nobody. Keep God first. Love your family. When you see us, holler. Good night. We gone. See y'all next week.
Shout out to all veterans.